Welcome back, my duelist friends. Casual Duelist here, and it is Sunday. So Sunday means speed duel. It also means, for the most part, I have my voice back. Now, this week we do have a tier 1 deck because you guys kind of fell for it. And by fell for it, I mean we had another viewer donate a deck list via email because, again, that's always been allowed. And I'm going to say thank you to Viktor. I can understand how to pronounce that part. Let's go with the last name Krstic, I want to say, or Krstic maybe. Gave us a very fun tier 1. So again, very casual based, non-competitive format, Cyber Dragon deck. So let's get this going, all right? So first up, we have the skill card, and they chose to go with Cyrus's Power Bond skill card. So again, activate this skill during the main phase, discard one card. Basically, you're turning one card into Power Bond. So again, fusion summon a machine fusion from the extra deck using cards from hand and field as material. If you do, gain attack equal to its original attack, basically double the monster. And then, it only gains until the end of this turn, but it cannot attack the opponent directly this turn. During the end phase of this turn, you will take damage equal to the amount of attack gained at the time of the summon. And again, I do think this is just slightly modified from the regular Power Bond spell. I do want to say that one was permanent, but you still take the damage unless may have gotten errated, and I may just be a little bit ignorant of that. I'll have to check my copies from Cyber Strike. But again, they did have to tone it down. They had to make it so that you couldn't attack directly, but it's okay. Because if you guys can get Cyber and Dragon off Power Bond, you have 8k piercing damage. So again, it's speed duel. That's pretty much game anyway. So let's go into this actually delightfully built main deck. So first and foremost, you obviously have to be playing 3 copies of Cyber Dragon. This is kind of a no-brainer anytime that you're going to be playing anything. And this is immediately where the deck becomes tier 1. Because again, Cyber Dragon is one of the limit to like 3 copies per deck. And again, since we're already using those, we're already at our 3 of 3s. So all the other cards on that portion of the ban list would be banned now from this build. But again, it's tier 1, so we can do whatever we want. Because, yeah, it's casual play. Next up, 1 copy Cyber Valley. And again, this is like a very great tactic here. And unlike Cyber Dragon, this one, you actually need to know the effect. Because not everybody's read this one, right? So you get to activate one of the following effects. First effect, when this is targeted for an attack, you may banish this card. If you do, draw 1 card, but also end the battle phase. Essentially negate attack plus draw 1. Second effect, target 1 phase of a monster you control and this card, banish both, draw 2 cards. So a double banish pot of greed. Or third effect, target this card plus 1 in your graveyard, banish both. Both this and 1 card from your hand. Then place the targeted card from the discard pile on the top of the deck. So again, great utility. And again, since we're only going to be using the 1, it's just like kind of like a carefree throw in. It's very good, very fun. Next up, since we are dealing with fusion substitution is going to come into play. So we are going to be playing 2 copies, Goddess with the Third Eye. And again, what this does is this allows us, maybe we don't already have Cyber Dragon on the field, but we have other machines. We want to go into Chimera Tech or something. We can do that. Because this will count as our Cyber Dragon. Again, if you only have like 1 of the Cyber Dragons and you started with 1 of these, boom, you're already up to 2 Cyber Dragons. So again, it builds up pretty quickly. One of the best tech pieces in here, double DD Warrior Lady. And again, just love this card. It is good offensively. It's great defensively. And again, this is another one of those cards where like this and the Cyber Dragon would normally clash. And these are both on the 3 portion of the list. So again, having 5 copies already, kind of a no-no. But again, this is tier 1, so we can do what we like. Now again, DD Warrior Lady, whenever this is involved in a damage calculation, post-damage calculation, if this battled an opponent's monster, whether it was attacked or the one attacking, you can go ahead and choose to banish this and the opponent's monster card as well. So again, just really great option. Helps take other cards out of the game real quick. Last monster card, 1 copy Proto Cyber Dragon. And again, when this one is on the field, its name is going to be treated as just Cyber Dragon. So again, what this does is it gives us 6 Cyber Dragons and really increases the odds for going into Cyber End. Starting off with the spells, and again, this is kind of fun. I love the whole creature swap. Again, we probably don't need to talk about this one because it's pretty standard fare. Double Cyclone, very, very like inventive here. Target a spell, trap you control, and one that the opponent controls, destroy both. I'm going to assume that this is because you didn't have cards like Cosmic Cyclone just laying around. At which point, I'm thinking Cosmic Cyclone might be better than the Double Cyclone. Because when I looked at the spell trap lineup, I didn't really want to see too many cards I wanted to destroy. But that's just me. Next card is a single copy of the Iron Draw. And this is a really fun tech. If you control exactly 2 machine effect monsters and no other monster cards, you can draw 2. For the remainder of the turn after this card resolves, you can only special summon once. And you may only activate 1 of these per turn. I get it. 1, because again, we have 4 off types. And again, it's just like a quick, if I had Cyber Dragon Proto, bam, bam, Iron Draw, draw, try to get into a 3rd copy of Cyber Dragon or the Goddess, go straight into Power Bond. I get it, strong move. Next up, 1 copy Nightbeam. This is actually pretty standard for me. 1 copy of Overload Fusion, and I get this one too. And again, if you haven't played this one, Fusion summon a Dark Machine Fusion monster from the extra deck, by banishing materials listed from the field and or grave. So again, this will allow us to play into the Cyber End, maybe on the Power Bond, then Overload into a Chimera attack, and again, just kind of going for game scenarios. Last spell card, 1 copy Polymerization. Again, I get this. It's very useful, and it's just a 3rd option to go into another fusion. Going into your traps, you are running 2 copies of Cyber Network. So destroy this card during the 3rd standby phase after activation. If Cyber Dragon card is on the field, you may banish 1 light machine from your deck. If sent from the field to the graveyard, and again, this is why you're using the Double Cyclone. If this is sent from the field to the graveyard, special summon as many banished light machines as possible. If you do, destroy all spell traps you control. Monsters that were special summoned by this effect may not activate their effects. You cannot conduct your battle phase the turn you activate this effect. Again, since that's a quick play, you set, opponent's turn, activate. They do something, they set something, they think they're safe. Boom, Double Cyclone. Pop theirs, pop yours. Get the summon out. It's awesome. I get it. Next up, Cyber Shadow Gardener. And I thought this was good for flavor, just being a cyber deck, but also like just tech-wise. During the opponent's main phase, special summon this as an effect monster. Earth Machine, 4-star, question marks to stats. Also still considered to be a trap card. When an opponent's monster declares an attack that targets this, the attack and defense become the attack and defense of the attacking card. Once per turn during the opponent's end phase, set this card back into the spell trap zone. So again, it is just like a continuous shield. So again, I get it. Floodgate Trap Hole, another card that belongs to the 3 of. And again, just another great card. When the opponent summons a monster or monsters, you get to change all of those monsters to face down defense, and they may not change their own battle positions. So again, just really good spice tack there. Memory Loss, running 1 copy. When an effect of an attack position monster the opponent activate. Let me try that again. I'm getting excited. When an effect of an attack position monster that your opponent controls is activated, negate that effect, and if you do, change that monster to face-up defense. Actually, really good tech, and this is something that we're going to be talking about because you just made the spotlight this week with this card. So this is really cool. You should be proud of using that because I didn't think to use it, and I'm stealing that. That is something that now is going to belong in the back of my mind forever. And then the last card in the main deck, just a single copy, Wall of Disruption. Again, I use this enough. You guys know what this does. Let's get into the extra deck. And his extra deck was super simple. Single copy of Chimera Tech Overdragon. Again, I would bump this up to at least 2. And then 3 copies of the Cyber End Dragon. And again, obvious reasons are obvious. There's multiple ways to try to go ahead and get into a Cyber End Dragon of varied levels of strength, whether it be power bonded or used through regular polymerization. It's a super good deck. Thank you, my friend, for sharing this with us. Everybody, there's not going to be a side deck to this one because this is just how the Duelist presents this. So just real quick, everybody, I hope that you enjoyed this. If you have and you'd like to support the channel, the usual things, like, the comment, the subscribe, if you're so inclined. More importantly, I hope that you guys all have a great day. Go do something for yourselves. And again, pause and take the note real quick, or again, maybe just a quick screenshot. We're going to go ahead. We're going to get into the Speed Duel Spotlight. We're going to talk about the memory loss and why this card's so good, because honestly, it deserves its own like 5 minutes. So I'll be right back with that here in like an hour or so. But again, everybody have a wonderful Sunday or whatever fun day you guys happen to be watching this on. See you guys later.